is. It's disgusting.
Disgustingly awesome.
It really wasn't that bad.
So for that, read, after the fact, you can't find your homework here, so I don't experiment with it.
I don't
Read,
know.
can you recite from memory the difference quotient? Can you recite from memory the difference quotient? Go ahead.
F of F A H.
Yeah. Yeah. Over H, good. Dakota, can you sub some stuff in for me, please?
Oh, sure. Bracket A plus H
Yeah.
plus 1
Yeah.
over bracket A plus H plus 2
Good.
minus A plus 1 over all over H.
Now, this looks awful. I'll be honest, like this looks bad. Okay, but, you know, because this is calculus, it's all going to work out and something will cancel out beautifully. Okay, that's what will happen. We're guaranteed that's going to happen. Okay. Who are we up to? Sam, any suggestions for what to try next? Wonderful. Sounds good. Go ahead.
So you just have A plus H plus 1
Yeah.
times the A plus 2
Okay.
minus bracket 2 plus 1 times
All over, and then round the room.
over A plus 2 plus A plus H plus 2.
And then all over H. Now, I would write divided by H right around the blackboard space. Now, there will be people that will try and cross things out and try and take shortcuts. Okay, you cannot take shortcuts in this. When you're finding common denominators, something will be multiplied. You can't just cross stuff out in the middle. Matt, can you show off your foiling skills to the class, please?
Okay, I got A squared
Yeah.
plus H
Yeah.
plus A.
Okay. Oh, so you did this,
A
this,
squared
this.
plus, let me restart that.
So you did A squared plus H.
Plus 2A
Okay.
plus H plus A
Okay.
plus H.
Plus 2H plus 2, is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah.
Now we're good? I do the same thing, that's right. I trust you guys can do this. These are all minuses though. So minus A squared. I'll go to the next board here. Minus AH minus 2A plus, is there a minus A? Minus H minus 2. All over A plus 2. A plus H plus 2. Divided by, gosh. Okay, now you will notice here, we have to be very, very accurate. Okay? Don't make a mistake there, Reed?
No.
Okay?
If you're finding it at instantaneous at 3,
Yes.
why can't you just have the A and H in?
Good question. I'm glad you asked this, because this seems like a lot of work for me. Yeah. What's the problem if I sub in A to be 3 and H to be 0? What am I going to get? And divide by 0. Right, that's the problem. You're actually going to get 0 over 0, in fact. Okay? And if you remember, 0 over 0 means start over. We're going to talk about limits today. Okay, but that's the problem. So that's why you can't just sub it directly. You could do that now. Patrick was doing this the other day. For secant, you can do that. Like if there's a secant and H is not 0, you should be able to get an answer for that. But for tangent, you can't. All right, who are we up to? Ben, we're up to you. Can you please do some substitutions for me? If you'd be so kind. Or not substitutions, some cancellations for me, if you'd be so kind.
So it would be
What cancels?
compare to the A squared
Yeah.
and the AH.
Yeah.
And you can add A to 2A.
Yeah. So A plus 2A is 3A. I think that also is gone here, right? Is that right? Plus 2 minus 2. So what am I just left with in the numerator?
2H minus
2H minus H, which I think is just 1H. Is life cool or is life cool?
Very.
Now this looked awful, right? But look what it turned into. When I divide by H, what's dividing by H the same as? Times it by 1 over H. So Kaylor, what does that actually turn into now? Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I'm too excited.
So
It's okay, it's all right. So what happens here? Somebody help me here. What happens here? Because this is the key that happens in every calculus question right here. Matt, what do we do now? The H is cancel. Because remember when we started off, Kaylin, for everyone else, the problem was this gets us divided by 0 when you plug in, like, because H is 0 for this. So we got to get rid of the divided by H, right? That's sort of our last step always. So the H and the H are gone. So you're just left with 1 over A plus 2. A plus H plus 2. Now if that isn't beautiful, I don't know what is. Okay, questions or algebra mistakes that your teacher has made, please raise your hand.
if you made them, I made them.
Sorry?
If you made them, I made them. Because we both did the same thing.
Yeah, just for future
You guys are
reference,
wonderful, you know that, yes.
should we keep it in brackets like that, or should we FOIL it all?
Always keep it in brackets, okay? And just for graphing stuff. The only time I FOIL, good question. Why did I FOIL this out at the top here? Why did I want to FOIL that out? I want to cancel stuff out. That's the only time we FOIL is to cancel, right? Like, but for this, there's nothing we can do to cancel, so you don't need to. Plus, eventually, very, very soon, we're going to be graphing that, right? And that'll give us roots and asymptotes and all that stuff, so you don't need to. Okay, hurry up to Melody. What is my A, what is my H in this question?
A is
Yeah. Wait, can you sub some numbers in for me, please, then?
1 over 3 plus 2 bracket 3 plus 0 plus 2.
Which I think is 1 over 25.
Yep,
Look good?
that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. That is cool, if I do say so myself. Does that help with fractions? Like, you just have to be more accurate. Like, it's just algebra again. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm good at algebra, that's why I'm a math teacher. So I'll go through this 100 miles an hour. You have to practice up though on this stuff, right? And again, you guys remember hopefully now that I need grade 11 why I tortured you on this stuff. And we did lots of these, and you guys forget grade 11 or not, okay? But I did actually torture you with this last year or 2 years ago with all things algebra like this to make sure that you guys could do it. It's important. Okay, any question on this before I hit pause? I'm going to hit pause on the recording, then you can answer more questions, and I'll take up number 20. That should tackle 20.